bounce in your hand. This is what you do. It's not a good feeling, is it? Bounce on the piano, yes. I feel like a surfboarder sometimes on the piano. And I think it's much more fun to have a little bit of wiggle in my wrist, like it's a shock absorber in your car. When you go over the railroad tracks in your car has something called shock absorber, springs inside the car. Otherwise, going over the things, you would get really struck. I need you to have a little spring in your wrist. Yeah, just enough so you don't get dizzy. Just enough. You know how much is enough. That's really nice. That's really nice. Just a little spring. It's not a big spring. It's a little bit. A little bit. Both hands. Treacherous, difficult, one nasty little moment after another. Do you need me to help you, or had you played it slowly and figured out the fingerings, you think you could have worked it out? Question. It's an honest question. Do you need me? Because I'm always there if you need me. Or is this some work you could have done on your own? Do you have any idea what your limits are? Whether you could have figured out these nasty two lines?
I think I could have figured them out.
Could you have figured out the difference between eighth notes and triplets? Ba da ba ba da ba ba. Boom ba boom ba boom ba 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 ba. Triple, 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 triple. I'll come back. So I'm going to ask you to play your right hand from here, which is quarter, 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 quarter. That's just two beats. So these two notes equal that. The same thing, but they're written differently. Quarter, 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 quarter. Look at them. They're the same thing. They're all half notes. Quarter, 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 quarter. Quarter, 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 quarter. Good. Nuh-uh. There's only one beat. because there's something wrong and you won't find it at this tempo. Okay. One thing, 4 only happens one time every octave in a scale. So you can't do 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. Just keep it as a plan. You had 4, next time you turn the corner, it should be a 3. If you had turned on a 3, then you would turn the corner next time on a 4. Only turn it once per octave. Okay, let's try it again. So I have triple it, huckleberry. Okay, and now I'm going to try it with my left hand, slow, and I'm going to assume my hands are stupid, so I'm going to play very loud and very square. So I just want you to know that if you were talking to some of my older students, they would say, Sharon never allows that. What is that?
5-1 on black note.
Yeah. You'll miss it on stage. What's a better finger?
3.
Hmm?
3.
3? Okay. Or 2. No question. One of the long fingers. You've just been spared blowing it on stage. Aren't you lucky?
Yeah.
You can get arrested in my studio by putting your 5th finger on a black note. 2, 1, 4. Okay. So you're learning this, huh? Let me see how you what you're alone in your practice room. You've just done, I'm going to talk stupidly to my hands. Slow and forte. Slow and forte. Slow and forte. Okay. Now what would you do next to see if you got it?
Oscar.
You do what?
Oscar.
You do Oscar and see if you can do it 3 times perfectly. Or take that. Okay, here comes the bad one. If you miss this one, you're going to go back to 1. Get nervous. You're in your practice room. Your heart should be pounding. 3,000 people are watching you. Now you're going to miss it. Okay, do 3 times in a row without stop. It's wonderful. If you can practice that way, it gets fun. It gets fun. It really does. So a little story for you. Did I tell you about the girl who cried when I gave a lecture on practicing? So at the beginning of every year, I call my new studio together and I sit them down and I give them a lecture about what it is to study at the conservatory and what I expect from them, etc. And I looked out at this new group and I said, let's face it, you'll all be practicing when you're 45 years old. And most of them are shaking their heads because they're going to be musicians and they know they're going to practice for the rest of their life. That's their work. That's their fun. They do it. I said, you're going to give a concert maybe every 3 or 4 months, but you're working every day. And they don't see that. So a concert is kind of the tip of the iceberg. They can't see all the invisible hours that you practice to get up on that stage. And the students are shaking their head. And I said, and I'm going to show you how to practice so that you can practice 6 hours a day and have fun. And they're shaking, wow, that's great. You're going to show me how to practice 6 hours a day and like it. I didn't know, but there was a girl in the back and she was dying. She was hearing, you're gonna practice when you're 45, and she thought, oh my God, I'm gonna be practicing when I'm 45? And then I said, and you're gonna be practicing 6 hours a day, and you give a concert every 3 months, but they don't see all the work you're doing, and they're all shaking their heads, yeah, man, this is great. And she's back there dying. She's so unhappy. I don't know this. The class is over, everybody goes home. In the morning, there's a knock on my studio door. And I open the door, and there is this dear little girl. Her eyes are so swollen. She's been crying all night. She's just so sad. And she said, may I talk to you? And she comes in, sits down on my couch, and I said, honey, what's the matter? She said, well, everything you said yesterday was a shock to me. Practicing at 45, I don't want to practice when I'm 45. And practicing 6 hours a day, I don't want to practice 6 hours a day. And I said, darling, you're in the wrong building. You're not a musician. She said, I think that's why I cried all night, because I don't think I'm a musician either. I like it a little bit, but not that much. So she was just weeping, and she was so miserable. And I said, I'll make a deal with you. If you make arrangements to leave in this semester and to transfer to a university where you can find your life, maybe you'll be something else, I'll give you an A. If you stay, I'll give you an F. Because you're not a musician. And so this girl is now in nursing school at San Jose State University. She loves me because I saved her life. She writes to me regularly to say, I knew that day that everyone around me was a musician, and I'm not a musician, and you saw it right away. I said, no, darling, you saw it right away. You're the one who cried all night. So this kind of stuff that I'm showing you, whether you become a musician or not, this kind of wonderful way of solving problems, it should get to be so much fun, Francis, that you can't wait to do it. You can't wait to get there tomorrow and see if you're better than you were today, and if that measure worked out. It gets to be like crossword puzzles. You're kind of solving problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like math or anything in science?
Yeah.
Do you like it because you're solving problems or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing. So many of my students in high school become something else. They don't become musicians, but they can get into Harvard because they're so good at figuring things out. They get to be very good students in other things too. So you'll find that this kind of stuff makes you a very good student in anything. And you can get to play the piano better. You might tell me if it's getting better. The only way you can make me happy is when you tell me one day, I actually like to practice. That's a sign that you're in it. Not just, give me a new piece, show me what to do. Give me a new piece, show me what to do. That's not a life. What's a life is, give me a new piece and I'm gonna figure it out. Got it? Okay. Oh, Maxie, get down. You go.